can you imagine waking up tomorrow morning and discovering that one of the world's most important shipping routes has become a danger zone? Not because of major war, though, not because of naval battle, but because of reports that naval mines may be appearing in the water that carries a large portion of the world's oil supply. Well, that is the concern that is now spreading across international markets. Ladies and gentlemen, reports linked to the claims from Oman has triggered fresh fear about security in Strait of Hormuz. And even though many details remain unclear, the mere possibility that's enough to send shockwaves across the global economy. Well, every day, massive oil tankers pass through this narrow stretch of water. They carry energy supplies that power factories, fuel the vehicles, and keep the economies running across Asia, Europe, and beyond. So, if shipping companies begin to fear for the safety of their vessels, insurance costs it can rise overnight. Shipping rates can increase, oil prices can jump, investors are going to panic, and consumers they are going to be affected and pay more thousands of miles sitting away. That is why experts and world leaders they are paying so much attention to every development here. The Strait of Hormuz is not just a regional waterway. Well, it is one of the most important economic lifelines on the planet Earth. Tonight, the biggest question it's simply whether naval mines are present or not. Well, the world is definitely in panic right now because let's be honest, today's interconnected world, uncertainty itself it can become a powerful weapon. And yes, while tensions continue to rise in West Asia, thousands of kilometers away, a night of celebration in Europe, it suddenly spirals into chaos. Football. Well, that game is often called the world's most beautiful game. It brings people together, it creates unforgettable memories, it unites cities and inspires generation. But sometimes the emotion that makes sport so powerful, it can also become difficult to control. And that's exactly what happened in Paris. What should have been a night remembered for the sporting history, it quickly became a night demonstrated and dominated by pictures of unrest. Paris Saint-Germain, it had achieved a remarkable victory. Fans flooded the streets to celebrate. Fireworks illuminated the night sky. Crowds gathered in huge number. Songs echoed through the city. In fact, the atmosphere that was electric. But as the celebration grew larger, tensions began to rise. Clashes broke out in several areas. Police were deployed in the large numbers. In the meantime, tear gases they were used to disperse the angry crowd. Hundreds of people they were reportedly detained as authorities struggled to restore the order. In the meantime, public transport was disputed, vehicles were damaged, businesses were affected, and scenes of joy rapidly transformed into scenes of confrontation. Now, for many residents, it was a reminder of how quickly events can change when large crowds gather and emotions run high. Well, a single incident, it can trigger wider unrest. A moment of celebration, it can suddenly become a security challenge. Tonight, Paris is reflecting on a night that should have been remembered only for the football glory. Instead, questions are now being asked about public safety, crowd management, and how major cities can prevent celebrations from turning into disaster. Because sometimes the biggest challenge is not winning a historic victory, it is managing what happens after the final whistle.